5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Here we are live from high in the Highlands, birthplace of the radio signal, first broadcast by Marconi about 100 years ago. Right behind me up on the hill, there it is. We're happy to have everybody on this morning. We've got our usual morning crew here. We've got Julie, Irish, and Mike Imperato, and I'm just here to tell you we've got some great fun for you today. At 1 o'clock today, we're going to have from Marvel Comics and many other, and on his own now, Mark Parada. Or Rich Parada, excuse me. I'm confusing it with a different Parada in my life. There you go. So, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good morning, man.
Doing great. Doing great.
All right. Well, let's get a little report from the weather around the country. Where are you guys? And what's going on weather-wise?
Mike, what's happening, man?
I'm in Hendersonville, North Carolina. The weather's beautiful, but the smoke in the air is pretty thick. My lungs are you'll probably hear my lungs today. I've been breathing heavy last couple of days, but
you got to lay off that wacky tobacco there, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, before we get into I just want to say to everybody that I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring them. When I see the comments on the screen, you know, I'm working on my phone on the road. I don't have any way to respond as the comments are coming in. So I don't want anybody to think that I just don't have a way to respond, but I love everybody and the comments are great. And I appreciate everybody that watches the show, Kim, Susan, all the regulars. But just know that if I had a way to respond, I would. It's just that I don't have a physical way to do it.
Well, great.
Thank
you, Veronica. Mike. Hey, man, we know you're just slacking off, sitting there watching bombers fly over and all this fun stuff you've been doing. How about you, Irish? What's going on out there in Detroit, man? How's it hanging?
It is perfect weather out here. It is 75, low humidity, sunny. It is absolutely beautiful in Detroit.
Excellent. How about you, Jules? What do you got in Florida?
I don't know.
Tampa, to be precise. You haven't been out yet?
No. Well, right now it looks like it's about to rain, and then it'll be sunny and super humid, and I'll be dripping sweat sitting or standing, and then it'll rain again. Typical Florida weather.
Absolutely.
Rain, sun, humidity, rain, sun, humidity.
The afternoon monsoon always seems to have a place in my heart, isn't it? That's kind of where you take your siesta. It's time for a little loving or a little lunch, or maybe a little lunch and some loving, depending on your characteristics and spouse or whatever you have. I don't know what you call people. Anyway, I won't even get into it. I'm going to keep a nice, clean show today for everybody. I promise I will do my best to behave. And usually when I say that,
this down now.
Oh my God!
It's a disclaimer.
I'm out.
I was waiting for that. Thank you, Mike. I was waiting for that. Thank you for saying it. I was waiting.
I didn't know we were freaking having our own freaking version of Sesame Street over here.
We are. Actually, I've been called an animal before, and I think Animal played drums, if I'm not correct.
Yes.
I had many years of my daughters tormenting me with Sesame Street, and personally, I just missed the count. I don't know why, but my 12-year-old self, inner child or whatever, just thinks the count's great. He sort of can teach drum lessons, you know?
When I used to substitute teach, I used to do him to the students when I was doing math. They used to love it. I was the first grade reading coach, and I did Winnie the Pooh, all the characters from Pooh. I did Popeye, I did the Count, I did Elmo, and the kids when I did math and I did it as a Count, they freaking loved it.
Give me an Elmo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a lesbian like with me.
Yes.
All right.
Tell
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, Gollums, we're lives on these.
Oh,
Well, I didn't say she was fucked up. I said she was fucking goofy. That was
Oh my
Minnie
God.
in court.
I know that one.
Yes,
Garsh,
indeed.
man.
Minnie was in court getting divorced from Mickey, and Mickey was having a conniption fit, and that was all he had
Oh
to
my
say was,
God.
"Oh my God, I didn't say she was drunk. She's fucking goofy." Anyway,
And there goes the
Oh my
clean
God.
show. You made it 2
Floyd.
minutes. I'm
That's
so
it.
proud.
There you go.
there we go.
Timing it.
My
Thank you
first
for
promise
timing.
of the day has already been broken to you, the
2
viewing
minutes.
public. Now, remember, everybody watching, there are no lab animals hurt during this. We don't have any baby bunnies. It's gluten-free. I mean, our show is everything you want in a show. Gluten-free, lactose tolerant. I mean, we are just great. Fucking lactose tolerant means you can stand to be around, I don't know, Mike when he's had a case of beans or something, and you get a whiff of that lactose in the air. No, that's methane, I guess. But we're going to have a contest later on. We're going to have a couple of guests on who are starting up the longest fart contest in the world. They're based in Hoositt
my
City
God.
out in Wyoming, and should be
Shut
a real
up.
hoot.
Oh my
Oh,
One
come
of the
on.
biggest belch ever. I'll take
Now,
out
1
anybody
minute-
in the world as far as burps go. I'm the man.
Oh
Well,
my God.
All right, let's hear it.
Can you give us
Demonstrate.
an example of your talent right now?
All right.
Please.
Well,
Demo.
before we get stupid, I would like to also have an
You're already
update.
behind the curve, brother.
Yeah,
I know.
where's
It's
Sean?
already gone.
Before we-
Mike, how is everything
Broadcast.
going with the family, man? There's a couple questions on there, and I would like to know.
It's
Yes.
great. It's great.
Thank you.
Mikey's doing great. Actually, I go back to being his virtual coach today. I'm like Mickey from Rocky. You gotta have speed. You gotta be a greasy, fast Italian tank. Oh, he's walking later. I'm gonna get his ass walking. No, he's doing great. And great
Is he
news,
with
my
you in
son
North
Brian-
Carolina?
No, he's in Missouri.
Okay.
And my son Brian got hired yesterday to teach high school science right near his house in Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Yeah,
So that was great. Yeah, that was great news.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Well,
So
tell them to
happy
keep
for you guys.
flogging the little bastards. They get
Yeah,
out of
what-
line
what-
and they need a little dose of some good. Tell them to go out and cut a switch. That's how they do it down south.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had willow
waiting-
tree behind our
Strikes
in our
terror,
backyard.
and it
Ooh.
strikes terror into the hearts of the little bastards.
okay. This is my live with Neve challenge to the world. Here we go.
It's getting.
Ready, waiting for it. Oh God,
Oh my God, it's gonna be a bad one.
go for it.
It's coming. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh my God!
We've reached a new low on the Live
I've
with
heard
Neve
that.
show.
I've heard that before.
Bravo.
Oh
Bravo.
my God!
Ah,
Oh, that was
The
amazing.
takeoff was great, the execution, but the landing was a little rough. But
Yeah.
okay.
I got to get it back. It's been a while since I've had to be 5 years old. So
That's true.
We're talking about it's like every week now.
Yeah, I think our topics.
Wait.
I've noticed
times a
reading
week.
the stats, the lower into the gutter we sink, the higher numbers we have. It's fucked up.
Well,
I don't
that
know.
tells you something.
Hey! I've always said
A lot.
that the people that are on, you get these comedians on Facebook that they're just filthy and they're fat, disgusting pigs, and they're
Yes.
disgusting, and they have 90 million freaking followers, and I just don't get it. Because to me, being a disgusting human being, what is the attraction to that?
And
I don't get it.
Why would you
I can't even comment on it. I just let out a big
I know.
belch on live broadcast. I'm so offended by disgusting human beings.
No, I think there's one broad. There's one broad. I think you know who I'm talking about. She's trailer trash, but got like friggin' 90 million followers, and she's a fat, disgusting pig, and all her posts are just being about fat and disgusting. And hey, people love that shit. I guess I don't know. Maybe I should just balloon up to 300 pounds and just be a friggin' pig.
Listen, don't
No.
do it, okay? I mean, I don't pay you so well that you can turn into a fat bastard. I'm sorry, we're not having
But
that on
I
your
don't
show.
I don't get it. It's like the raunchier it is, the more people like it. I don't understand it.
Isn't it a
Welcome.
mobile member now? It's not trailer trash anymore. It's mobile members.
Oh, there you
I
go.
haven't heard
Um,
that. Hadn't heard
Let
that.
me ask you, let's bring the audience into this a little bit. I noticed that Toby's talking about her sister, who seems to be quite the championship.
Open
Toby,
challenge. I'll accept.
Toby,
Wow.
can we get her on? In fact, we'll send you an invite right now. Since we're descending into the gutter, we might as well go full
Oh
steam.
my God.
For everybody wondering about who Toby is, I must say Toby is a great friend of ours. She is our West Coast correspondent, all around cool chick, and we just love her to death. And She is helping more musicians in more places around the world than anybody I know. And she is just the best. And we're glad to have her as part of our extended team. And she's just the coolest. That's all I can say. I'm living vicariously because she's hanging out with all of our friends every night or two. And I have to just say thanks, Toby, for all the great talent you've sent us. We have many more coming on. And you're the bomb, babe. Like I've said, when we're out in LA next year, I'm bringing enough money so we have bail money for the whole gang.
We're going early.
We're going.
In the year, right?
We're going to be hitting LA and doing our show, and it's going to be crazy as hell. We're going to have a great time.
Right. Well, we should get released by spring then.
I think I do have the releases. I need all of you to sign before we go.
I'm talking about release from jail.
It's like it absolves me. It's like a Catholic dispensation from the Pope. With this, we can go anywhere, anytime, any place. It's recognized from the top to the bottom. We can go in the back door of some slimy blues club and we'll get in. We can walk up to the Viper room, and you know that curtain's parted when I hit the scene, man. Come on up to the front. Brad Pitt's going to personally walk me in and show me some nice tatas.
Really?
What do you think?
All I care about is seeing Brad Pitt. I don't.
That's what I figured.
All right then.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he always hires professional talent, so you know, I'm sure he's doing better than I have.
Hey, I don't know if you saw the comment, but Toby, I hope your sister's feeling better. Toby mentioned her sister had dialysis this morning, and it's kicking her ass.
When she gets better, challenge is on though.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a gag reflex that got my attention.
Oh my God!
My God, Kim! I thought you were such a nice girl, and I mean, geez, I'm so disappointed now. Wow, look at this for everybody. That is my brother Brian Stone just popped up. Hey, buddy, haven't seen you in a while, either live or dead. But no, I'm glad you're here, man. This is my brother. He lives up here in New Jersey, and hell, he's just popping by to say hi. I hope he doesn't have any bad stories about me to share. We'll just keep your microphone turned off. At any rate, he doesn't have a mic, but we're glad you're here. And then we have a question here for you, Julie. It's very important we answer this.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Have you seen From the Electrode Man?
I don't know, but wait. Let me check. I know my light is up. Hold on.
For those needing background, Julie seems to have her fan base is made up of guys who put electronic things on their wiener. For lack of a better word.
Wait, check out Jewel. She's pretending she has to look. She knows.
She knows. She's got them categorized. I'll bet. That's like her favorite in her phone. Her favorite is all those wacky wiener shots.
Jules just got busted. She's acting like she hasn't checked in weeks.
I know. Look at her. She's trying to play it off. I'm not buying
it. The messages were right there in the front. She knows it. She's just trying to make her look like.
I'm thinking she might fold under questioning. I have a feeling.
No, I've gotten so many. Hold on, I'm trying to find. And then I.
Holy shit! Now it's so many. Oh my God.
Is it your screensaver?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Here we go. Wait. I got one for you. I just found one. Shit.
Okay, can we? Yeah, you'll have to hold it up to the camera. Remember, if you send Julie a pecker shot, it will be held up. We will put your name and address, and we're going to bring you right on the show and show the world what kind of a cretin you are. So, anyway, I'm happy to announce. Go ahead, Julie. Let's see the latest.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say what I'm getting now, in addition to the dick shots, is, hey, gorgeous, what are you up to? I want to get in with you.
What are you up to?
Hey.
Yeah, we're going to go down and play some Barry White.
Right.
And then these assholes don't realize that you're my celebrity crush. I'll kill them. I'll freaking kill them. I've been in love with you since I heard you in the helicopter above Tampa doing the traffic. So they better stay the freak away from you. I'll kick their asses.
Absolutely. Well, remember, people, we are very protective of our Julie, and if you fuck with her, you're fucking with the whole posse.
Dead fucking.
And it could be dangerous to your health, your emotional well-being. You may say your preferred religious observance before you fool with this, because things get bad quick. Do not mess with Julie. But
I never saw Julie. Wait, I never saw Julie, but when I heard a voice up in the chopper, I said, "Oh man, I freaking tapped the shit out of that." So I was like, "Oh, that's a sexy ass voice right there, man." Oh, yeah. And I never saw her. And then when I saw her on the show, I said, "Holy shit, it's freaking Jules!" Oh yeah, I will kick their freaking asses, man.
Julie, listen, we have 1 minute out, so I'm going to close with a quick thought before we go to a break. But Julie has
Thank you,
actually
Toby.
voiced a porn movie, and
Can we
I have
do
to
this?
tell you.
my God.
So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Julie and her
Holy shit.
nighttime proclivities.
I
Okay.
thought we
Oh
already
my-
talked about
Oh,
this.
don't try and deny
Oh
it
no, we
now.
didn't
We
scratch.
know what's
We didn't
going
even
on.
scratch the surface. We didn't even
Are you
scratch the
serious?
surface of this.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, we're just
Okay,
getting
fine.
started.
It
I
shouldn't
promise
itch,
y'all.
Mike.
We
If
gotta
it itches,
go.
it's
Let's
bad.
go.
All right,
Outta here.
let me go through the spot really quick. Here we go.
Oh, my God.
That was amazing.
I'm
In fact,
Keith.
I'm Judy, and our company is Gone Country, and we design and produce our own really unique and fun cowboy hats. Keith and I have tried to create a business that's different by focusing on what's important to the customers. Our quality is so good that we offer a lifetime warranty on everything we sell. At the end of the day, if our customers are happy, we're happy. Check us out at GoneCountryHats.com.
Take a look at the sponsored artists and Gone Country hats at GoneCountryHats.com to find your favorite artist's hat, like Duke Johnson, Sam Rourke, Neil, Jules, and more.
Like a melting flake of snow this year. I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neat.
I would have said it couldn't happen here. The people we
all right, everybody. Good morning. We are half past the hour, and we're broadcasting from beautiful Highlands. In fact, we are on the hill that the first radio broadcast in the world was made by Marconi back in the 1920s. And if I'm not wrong about the date, I'm sure someone watching will correct me. Glad you're here. This morning, it's just us, the four on the morning crew, and we're taking calls and questions. Brian's my brother. Where are you going on a road trip? Oh, she meant from a burp. Sure. Kim, you just ruined my whole fantasy here. God almighty, terrible. Anyway, let's have you. Come on, Jules. Bring a whole mob back in here. Let's see where we're going to pick up off about some of these new fans you have, these Julie aficionados, if you will.
Oh, God. Oh,
So
is that what
did you
wanted to
find a
talk about?
picture? Did we find a picture that we can show the audience, one of these potential suitors?
No. I haven't done that yet. I mean, I think I had like the dick shot somewhere, but
okay.
the
new improved. You can't just
comments?
pop it up on your screen and give everybody a look. I mean, that guy with the electrodes, I still haven't quite figured out. Inquiring minds need to know what was attached to that thing. Personally, if he does it again, I'm going to show up with a 12-volt battery and I'm going to clamp it right on his nuts for him.
You know, I don't mind if these guys are sending Jules the shit, but they better like the page. If they're not going to freaking like the page.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If they don't subscribe to our YouTube channel,
I mean, come on.
my ass.
We don't,
No doubt about it.
Jules will take one for the team, but you got to like the freaking page.
Right. Absolutely. Remember, all of you guys on my staff, I may ask you for a favor one day, but until that day, I will consider you a friend. Okay? So that's it.
You know,
And, oh, by the way,
if
Julie,
if we
I
have
did
1,000
have.
followers, and if we have 1,000 followers and 500 perverts, I don't care. We have 1,000 followers.
We'll take
yeah,
it.
we have
Yeah,
we have
I don't
1,000
care.
followers. Yeah, I'm not.
That's the game.
Nobody.
That's
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's
weird.
how
I
it
have
goes.
5,000 followers, and yet I don't know a large percentage of them. And some of them I wonder why they even want to be my friend. But that's okay. I don't know what the audience likes or dislikes about us, but personally, I like getting the angry and the crank calls, like, having somebody get on the phone and harass us. In fact, today, Julie, because a lot of people haven't still heard we have to play my torturing of the IRS scam guys. Maybe in the third break, we can remember the guy who I called and tormented.
Yeah. Did you want to hear my story? My did you guys want to get back to my porno story or?
Absolutely. We're
Yeah,
going to
that's
the
what we've been
porn. Let's
waiting
get
on.
down to the porn. How could I have missed that?
Oh, Brian Sheree.
All right, Julie, I want you solo for this, baby.
Okay. Oh God. All right, here we go. This is how it went.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Should I play music? Waka 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 waka.
No, maybe nothing from the peanut gallery. Here we go.
Impossible.
Yeah, that's true. So, anyways, comment where you need to. So I started off in acting when I was a teenager, and that's how I got into the business. And one person I had already worked with in Orlando. I'm trying to keep my straight. He worked with him at one point for some movie he was working on, and so I worked with him then. And he had mentioned he was kind of creepy looking. He looked like a child molester. Well, lo and behold, he tells me a story that he was a teacher and then he was fired it was accused of being a child molester. And I'm like, okay. So after that, he called me back and asked me to work on another project with him. So I was like, sure, whatever. I need the money, I need the exposure, all that good stuff. Little did I know what kind of exposure I would be getting. So I bring a friend and we go up to Orlando to shoot this porno. And no, I don't think I had anybody with me that day. I went there by myself to do the porno. So anyway, not to do it, to voice it. Voicing.
Oh no, you already said to do it. You already said to do it. Oh no, I'm on Pornhub right now. Look you up.
It's called, I've looked for it. It's called Orlando. Just to help you out.
Orlando. You got to say it like an Italian.
Wait.
Orlando.
No, but that's not. You're missing it. It's Orlando. ORALANDO. Oral. As in oral sex, Neil. You got it?
Yeah. No, I would have never picked up on that. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
I'm on Pornhub all day now.
So there's a setup for me. Here's a screen, a monitor, right? So I can watch the porno going. Watching the porno going. I have a script in front of me. So I was confused. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be adding fill-in. Oh, baby. Yes. Yes, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do that or if I was supposed to actually narrate. Well, it turned into narration. Let's do that one. Here's the narration. Well, right now, she's grabbing this hard, long, thick cock and rolling it, rubbing it, stroking him. Like he has never been stroked before. And then he grabs her by the pussy and he sticks his fingers in and he starts rubbing and rubbing until she's wet and coming.
Boy, that was lame.
Oh my God.
Did you ever, Julie, did you make dialogue corrections during the course of the show? Were you writing up, were you checking your grammar and stuff? Like, I've had voice talents before sit in the studio and we have 200 scripts to do for, we've got, we have a 4 or 6 hour session. And I would go in and have one of the voice talents correct their scripts before we got rolling. So did you read the entire script? And if you did you find it in some way titillating?
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Yeah. I was very focused on being a character and not,
you're present in the moment, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I didn't want to start laughing or anything like that because it was in there, boy. Let me tell you, I was a challenge to get through.
Did you just bust loose at any point where you just couldn't have it? Make it or
no, I made it through the whole way just doing whatever.
What a professional. You see that? We only
okay, so you show up this place by yourself, not really knowing exactly what's going to happen. You just walk in and say,
"He's fearless, man."
Yep, I sure did because
bless your heart.
All of us here in the entertainment industry, we all know how it works. You don't ever say no. You make sure, that you are working with somebody legitimate as best you can.
Like Mr. Weinstein, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'll guarantee it was Harvey Weinstein.
I used to see Weinstein at the Roxy in New York, and I'd go by his table, and he used to get really pissed off because I'd look at the chicks with him. I'd go, "Hey, you got to come with me. That guy's a fat bastard." and he would get really annoyed. I worked there, and I did the entire sound system of that place. We put in a sound masking system so you wouldn't hear Weinstein's party antics up in the penthouse. Can you now ask you, I'm going to take a poll of our guests since we're descending into the gutter. How many of you people out there have ever met a real pervert in your life, like tell us your like the creepy stories, the funny stories. We want them all. I mean, we're at
Irish's hand
10:24.
went up.
Oh
Irish
yeah.
looks like he's
Oh
coming up.
man.
It's your
Well,
turn,
I
Irish.
was all right, now look. I was in the joint, so I'm in the joint with the people that get locked up for being perverts. But I got a particularly good one. So this fuck man. So this guy, man, a little bitty fucker, and he was a whacker. So anytime there was a
Wait.
female, oh yeah, whacker.
Okay, that's why I want to make sure.
So anytime a
terminology
female
right.
guard would come working in one of the units, he'd kind of go sneak over somewhere and start whacking to this poor lady, right?
Did he need a soundtrack?
Oh, he had all the soundtracks in the world. He was oh my God. So we used to have Christmas trees in the joint. Okay. And the reason there's no longer Christmas trees in the joint is because one day this lady's working and the tree's over there shaking, and this fucker's behind the Christmas tree jerking off. We're all just sitting there, the freaking ornaments are falling off. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh no, it's just Sam back there whacking it. Oh yeah, she's working. Oh God.
And how did I'm just curious? Did she seem gratified by his token of affection?
I mean, she got a little kinky when they cuffed him.
I bet. Oh, Susan. I just always thought you were such a nice lady from, New York, up there by the UN somewhere. And she always seems so just demure. And look she has a mouth like a sailor. She's as bad as I am.
That's
Susan,
like
we love you.
Day.
And I'm just picking on you. I also want to go back through the comments. Hang on a minute. We had Kim Pease, I believe, said that her husband met the criteria for the whacker or something along those lines. Were there any other names? Just so everybody's wondering about my friend Irish here. He's a convicted murderer who's actually here. I hire everybody. I go to the jails, the mental wards.
Holy shit.
No, let me just explain so people know who you are, Irish, because I know they're going to get wondering what in the hell. When you just mentioned you were in the joint, I could see question marks and people who don't know you.
Like, huh?
For everybody who's watching the show, okay, Irish is my friend and has been since he first appeared on the show. And he came on the show and he's had a life that if any of you guys are bitching out there about how sorry you can't get things done, your mom pissed you off, your boyfriend's a douche, listen, you got no fucking problems, okay? Irish was sentenced to prison for 24 years for a murder he did not commit. The murder of his father, 25. He was in there for 25 stinking years. And the Innocence Project, which if any of you don't know what that is, you need to find out.
Different firm.
Okay, different firm, yep. But similar type of firm. So
yes.
Look, Irish he's out of stir. His mother and her boyfriend are in jail for murder now. But the thing about it is this guy was a kid. He was 17 years old and he got stuck into this shithole we call a penal system in our country. I don't even want to get going on that, but this guy sitting here in front of you is the most gentle, kind human I know amongst many. And if anybody's got a right to be pissed off at the world, it's him. So I'm a little pissy about this because I think it's really important. Everybody thinks somebody goes to jail is a dirtball, and it happens to innocent people every day. And, it's always easy when you see it's somebody you don't know, but when it's in your own life and somebody does something really stupid, then you encounter the criminal justice system, which, look, if you have the cash, it's always been this way. If you have a great amount of money, you'll get a better defense than some poor schlep. But in his case, the state ignored all the evidence and they just stopped looking once they had their eye on him. So if any of you ever want to talk to Irish about it, I know that you go and you talk to groups of kids and you try and help the universities. I understand you had an interview yesterday.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I was contacted by Brown University, and what they're doing is that they're cataloging different stories in order to enrich their criminal justice programs and teachings and stuff like that. And I really, it's a sore spot for me because I lived it.
Yes.
And too many times there are people that end up reading books or watching shows and they think they have it figured out. And what we're really doing is we've created a political system within the judiciary branch of this country. And once that happened, we lost the three branches of government that was necessary in order to keep it fair and in order to keep it together.
Right.
You know, we've become this big political monster, and I don't care which side of the aisle you land on. It should have nothing at all to do with the justice system.
Absolutely. And, you know, remember, people, we can't fix all the problems in the world, but this is the kind of thing that just shouldn't go on. If we pay lawyers and judges exceptional amounts of money, and listen, we're going to talk a bit more about it. I got to bounce. We're at one. It's 1:30. We'll be right back on Live with Neve. See ya.
Yeah, give me a second here.
I mean, what's going on? Where is the monkey in control again?
Hey guys, I'm international singer-songwriter Hira, and I'm on Live with Neve. See you guys soon.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. You're Live with Neve. It is 10:31, and here we are in beautiful Gotham, Detroit, Charlotte, and Tampa. We're coming to you from all points of this great country, and we have lovely Toby. We have Susan Fine, who, by the way, she took this great shot behind me of the Williamsburg Bridge. I appreciate it. She lets me use it all the time. Excuse me. Anybody who out there, if you want to be on the backdrop, if you have some great shots, send them on to us. And I will tell you that in the very near future, you will all be having green screens as well. So you guys are all going to be able to pick your background and have some crazy shit. Something I just learned is I can actually run video clips as my background.
Wow.
Which just opens up some real fun possibilities. Anybody who's ever vexed me, if I've taken shots of you on video, illicit or otherwise, you're fair game, motherfucker.
I wanted to ask what Mike had something to say before the break, and I wanted to make sure
before I rant, and I got a great rant today. Irish, this is going to be interesting, and I think it was Illinois, but don't hold me to that. I just read it in the paper the other day, and I didn't even realize this was a thing. And I think there's I think they said 8 or 9 states now. They passed a law where it's now illegal for detectives to lie to minors during an interrogation.
Great.
No more saying that we have you on video, or no more saying that, your friend told us this. If they can't tell you anything that is not true, or that entire interrogation will in fact be thrown out, hands down. And I was like, wow.
I think in the case of juveniles, it makes sense because kids are not wired emotionally to handle the stress of a high-pressure interrogation. In fact, most adults, I will tell you out there, I know all of you, many of you have never experienced an arrest or anything like that, but it's the worst thing that can happen in your life. Now, I'm just going to say about Irish, picture him as a kid. Now, when I was 17, I was chasing girls. I was playing in my band. I was having fun. Life was really cool at that period of my life. And in Irish's case, he wakes up one morning and all of a sudden his dad's dead and he's under arrest. It's a rush to judgment. It's bad detective work. It's just piss poor policing. And whoever your attorney was, just send him over here. We'll get out the battery clamps and the 12 volt.
Well,
hook him up to the Jaguar. Bang.
On a serious note, I think a lot of times what you end up having is there should be term limits for lawyers and for police officers. And I'm not saying that in a negative sense.
Right.
Once you see so much horrible, shit that they see, but you end up desensitizing yourself, and the cases become a product that just kind of moves down the line. There's no more individuality.
Yeah, it's just closing cases. That's all they need to do. Close cases.
And that's the thing. So there should, as far as the false confessions go, there's big science on it. And one of the more famous ones was off of Making a Murderer. You saw the Brandon Dassey confession. And anybody that watches that confession and looks at it would absolutely say, what the hell are you guys doing? And that confession held, and that young man is still in prison to this day for what everybody believes. If they just watch that show, they go, yeah, no. No, this kid was already mentally inept, and he was a kid, and he was just agreeing to everything they said in there, and his lawyer was in there, and it was just like, as far as interrogation goes for juveniles, it should never happen.
No,
because nobody's going to believe a young kid unless they say they're doing something wrong. And a young kid is going to say whatever they need to in order to get out of that situation.
Exactly.
You know, and and the naysayers, they come and they say, well, oh, he wouldn't have said it if he didn't do it. Well, and they all say, oh, I would have never. You can't put yourself in that position, because when you're that young and you're arrested at gunpoint and you're tossed all over the place, and then your entire being is just, you know, just saturated with all of this hurt, pain, fear, everything in general, you know, you're no longer at that point competent to make any, especially with the gravity of the consequences that can follow.
Like, my son Brian and I were talking about it yesterday, and he said he studied that in college, and one of the cases where simple trick where they had one kid eating McDonald's, and they were interrogating the other kid, saying, you know, your friend told us all we had to do was buy McDonald's, and he told us everything we needed to know. They let this kid see the other kid eating the McDonald's,
right,
and all that kid was doing was eating McDonald's. He didn't tell them anything.
But
now this kid says, "Oh, so my friend gave me up, told them everything," and but you know, basically it was a lie, because they didn't get anything out of the kid. They just bought a McDonald's, but used that to pit his friend against them.
That's really a problem. And look, I'm not going to join in this chorus of people who want to rag on the cops. Okay, all of you folks who want to defund them and send in the social workers, look, that's fine, and it's a nice idea, and I think in a metaphorical way, because I just don't see it working. When you have somebody who's hell bent on murdering your ass, who are you going to call? You're going to call
nobody, because I have a goddamn gun.
There you go.
It's that
exactly.
Simple. Get your own fucking security. Get your own shit. Defund them all. They need to go the fuck away. They don't know how to handle people. They don't know how to treat people. They don't know how to do a welfare call. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. They need to go. Well, they need to go. We need to start from scratch. The entire infrastructure.
Okay, Jules, that is one perspective, and it's valuable.
Wait, I have some really great insight on this, and I tell you, you're gonna love this insight. Here's what I saw when I went into police academy in New York City. All right, I was 25 when I went in. Most of the other kids were 21. The problem I saw was this: 95% of the police academy, the recruits came from Long Island. Now, the cops that grew up in New York City, in any of the boroughs, we were a whole different breed.
Right.
We were introduced to different races as children. We grew up with different races. We saw poverty. We saw a lot of things growing up. We were a whole different breed. The people coming from Long Island were, I hate to say it, but they were lily white. They were privileged. They grew up in an environment of privilege. They never saw crime. They never saw black people. They never saw people of any other color, because their families moved them out to Long Island and isolated them from all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I saw in the academy was the ones that came from Long Island, as opposed to the ones that grew up in the city, or especially the ones that had prior military experience, were complete immaturity, racism beyond belief, because and not that it was their fault, they were never exposed to, their parents made sure they never saw black people.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that, to me, I saw that as a huge, and even then once the cops hit the streets, you could see the difference in the ones that grew up in the city and the ones that never experienced anything except a lily white growing up of privilege. Huge difference. Absolutely huge difference.
Well, I'm really not surprised by that. You know, I grew up kind of privileged at one point. I grew up really dirt poor and ended up rising up through the middle class, but it took a while. My mom, when I was raised by her, she was a single mom. During that time, around 62 and 3, she was working on her degree. We went to Florida. She lived alone, worked at an overnight child care facility. And because of that, she was able to have daycare for me for free. And I'll tell you then, coming back and moving back to New Jersey and going into New York my whole life, it exposed me to the great number of people and their cuisine and their philosophies and their being. We have our good friend Goombi Ortiz on the show, the percussionist for Al Di Meola, and he talks about how music is spiritual to them. It's not like us sitting there getting a band trying to meet chicks. But in his case, he's opened my mind up to so many different types of music, Brazilian. And the world is made up of all kinds of people. And the one thing I've found anywhere I've gone, I've been all over the world, assholes are assholes. Good people, decent people are everywhere. I don't care what their race is. And in fact, let me get on that. Just to clarify, there is only one race, people. This black-white nonsense, it's semantics and it's bullshit. We're all the same. Our DNA is the same. There's nothing different in the way we are wired as people. Everybody's, some cultures.
No, there is different.
There are some cultures where people are really just, they learn and have different expectations and dreams of life. But like, if you're here in America, America's made up of people from everywhere in the world that came here to seek a better gig. Look around you. I mean, I have friends of mine who came here and they totally get it. They work their ass off. They come here as a success. And actually watching what's going on with people thinking that we should launch into some major socialist, this is as far as I'm going to go. I'm just going to say this to people. If you think that's a good thing, ask any immigrant from Cuba, ask any immigrant from Eastern Europe. I can hook you up with a few from Hungary, from Czechoslovakia. And if you don't believe, just don't be an idiot, okay? Be nice to people. You cannot judge a book by its cover.
That's all it takes.
And you really, we all got to get out of this. We're not getting out of this alive, none of us. So be nice to people. If, don't take offense. Don't be a goddamn fainting goat, as we like to say on the show. Julie, we really need some sound effects for our goat cues. But
I wasn't sure where we were.
No, I'm teasing you. I know, I'm just messing with. I am picking on Julie today because I don't know why. It's because she's coming up here next week. By the way, we're going to have shows all week next week. Julie's hitting town on Tuesday, and we will be having fun. So get ready.
Nice shot. A little extra.
To that. You should hear that through a 4,000 watt PA system. It ear shattering.
You guys want a funny rant before the break?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Come
please.
on, bring it on, man.
All right, let's go to this. I've been waiting all week for this.
Mike.
All right. So,
rats.
Before I start, hey guys, I'm suspended on Facebook till August 13th. So on my Facebook page, Mike and Prado's Rants, there'll be nothing new. My new stuff is on YouTube and Instagram until then. But, because I some scammer reported me for bullying, so I got a 30-day suspension. Now, the other day I'm watching TV. I'm seeing this freaking spaceship take off. I'm like, holy shit, yeah, Austin Powers movie. No, Jeff Bezos riding a dick into space. So I'm saying to myself, what am I looking at here? What am I freaking looking at here? I'm saying, now that is actually, for the first time, you always wonder where the word came from, but now you can say, okay, now they're actually riding in a cockpit. So if somebody says to me, hey, you want to go take a ride on that thing? No, because God forbid, but eventually you know what's going to happen. These three assholes in this space race they have now, Musk, him, and Branson, one of these are going to explode. It's just a matter of time. I don't want it to happen, but it's going to happen. So if somebody says to me, no, what happened to Mike? Oh, he was riding a giant dick into space and it exploded. No, I don't want that to be how I went. So if I go on, at least if I go on Branson's, say, what happened to Mike? He was in a plane crash. Oh, the poor guy. Nobody needs to know I was riding a cock up into space. What in God's name was he thinking? All I see is Austin Powers going, oh, yeah, baby. It's freaking ridiculous. Of all the designs, did nobody point, shove him and say, hey, Jeff, the thing sort of looks like a cock. You want to rethink this? Nobody around him had the balls to, it was, Spaceballs or Austin Powers. And it's freaking, I'm like, now, I just got to tell you one more thing. Can you guys see these? These are disposable dryer exhaust filters for the dryer in my camper. They're disposable. Well, I ordered more yesterday. They're trying to sell me an extended warranty for $2.99 on something that you throw away. I'm just waiting for Charlton Heston.
Is it gluten-free?
I'm just waiting for Charlton Heston to come in from Planet of the Apes and start going, it's a madhouse. A madhouse! Because that's what it is. You got dicks flying into space. You know people are buying an extended warranty on a disposable product. $2.99 for an extended warranty on something that you know people are buying it. Oh, honey, we better take the extended warranty on that. Okay, whatever. So the whole world's gone to hell. We got dicks flying above us. We got freaking the Salt Lake.
There was actually 2 dicks on Bezos' flight. Him
there
and
you go.
the ship.
Yeah, him and the freaking spaceship.
He's a creepy fucker.
It's freaking unbelievable. Now you got to figure Elon Musk must be freaking chewing freaking Prozac by the handful.
He's smoking the weed.
These two guys beat him into space. He's got to be losing his freaking mind.
Well, Mike, we have to go to a break, so I want you to get a glass of water.
I'm going.
Do your breathing exercises.
Oh, I'm using my inhaler. I'm got it right here.
I saw that earlier.
All right, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back. It is holy crap, it is 10:45.
You keep saying it's half past the hour.
Hi, everybody. Neve from Live with Neve. We're just having a little fun driver here, so please PayPal me / at Live with Neve.
Hi, I'm trumpeter Greg Adams, and I'm Live with Neve.
I'm Keith.
I'm Judy, and our company is Gone Country, and we design and produce our own really unique and fun cowboy hats. Keith and I have tried to create a business that's different by focusing on what's important to the customers. Our quality is so good that we offer a lifetime warranty on everything we sell. At the end of the day, if our customers are happy, we're happy. Check us out at GoneCountryHats.com.
Take a look at the sponsored artists and Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com to find your favorite artist's hat, like Duke Johnson, Sam Rourke, Neil, Jules, and more.
All right, everybody. We are 1/4 to the hour, almost 11 o'clock here, and we're having a good time. For everybody who's out there watching it, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. I love you all, and we all do, actually. There you go, Kim. We always find out a little more and more about our fans when they come on, and all I can tell you is all of you guys and gals, thank you so much. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. And honestly, for any of our new viewers,
all our fans.
Thank you for our fans. Remember, this is not like most radio stations. It's actually called NPR, meaning Neve Public Radio.
I thought it was Neil Purvey Radio.
Pervy? I'm not pervy.
Yeah,
I'm as clean as wind-driven snow.
Yeah,
up your ass.
Yeah.
Up your ass
Yeah,
with that
exactly.
comment, Neil.
Yeah. If anybody knew your password.
I don't recall. I don't recall. You can call my attorney.
I plead the fifth.
So we're kind of free form for the last 15 minutes today.
I got something I got to tell you. If you guys don't see me next week, it means I'm in freaking prison because this campground I came into, one road in and out, right? So I pull up to the office, and as soon as I saw this spot, I said, "Holy shit, that's gonna be the spot they want me to back into." So now I back in 2 freaking moves, right? So the guy's like, "Holy shit, where'd you learn how to do that?" So I had to pull out my Rain Man. I was like, "Yeah, definitely an excellent driver. Definitely practice on Saturday. Definitely in the driveway." And the guy's like, "Holy shit, I can't believe you just backed that in like that." I'm like, "Yeah." Now getting out, that's going to be another whole story. I got a tree right next to my camper, and I got to make a sharp left out of this freaking spot. So if I can't get out, I'm going to have to kill somebody, and it's probably going to be the guy managing the campground. I mean, he's the only logical candidate.
Right.
So, but I've been dreading
Makes
this all
sense.
week because I keep looking at that tree saying, this is going to take some serious Rain Man driving shit right here, man. Yeah, definitely an excellent driver. Yeah. Definitely in the driveway on Saturday, never on Sunday.
Driving the
Every
driveway,
time you open your
I kill
mouth,
the
I'm
patrons.
tossing an imaginary Valium at you. Just to calm you down, man. You're my friend. I don't want the worst thing to happen, man, is one of these days on the show. In fact, don't do it to fool with us, because I think we'll all fucking die. We'll have a heart attack.
Wait, I got to tell you a freaking story.
Go
So the
on.
other day, we're driving, and my GPS thought I was stroking out. She starts listing all the emergency rooms and urgent cares because I couldn't speak because I was laughing so hard. So I'm like, holy shit, because it's trying to ask the GPS where to go. But then we started laughing so much that I couldn't talk. So I kept going, And so all of a sudden it comes up on the screen, hospital, emergency room, urgent care, urgent care, urgent care. I'm like, holy shit, my GPS thinks I'm freaking stroking out here. No, I'm freaking just trying to talk. Yeah, couldn't believe it. I couldn't freaking believe it. It actually was sending me to the hospital.
That's like those iPhone.
Yeah, it had my back.
It's like an iWatch. That thing starts beeping and does all kinds of weird shit. I just got one, first time I've had one. And it's like telling me, I wanted to see if how you can spoof the heartbeat and stuff. And like I mentioned to my girlfriend that I thought if we were having our horizontal refreshment, perhaps I should wear the iWatch and she should too, so we can compare our rise in heartbeat. And then when we do that, we can consider exercise, and we have to learn how to control our breathing and respiration while having the old wango tango.
Way too much
exercise. Way too much exercise.
Way too much thought into it. Right there. There goes the horn.
Oh yeah. Mine's fun. Mine's calibrated to go off anything at 100 or above. It just goes off like every few minutes. It's awesome. Like 150, 190, all that crazy shit.
I have to tell you, when I was in the hospital and I saw my heart rate shoot up to 190, that's pretty freaking scary. In fact, you don't even feel it sometimes when that happens.
Jules does that like all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have chronic tachycardia and hypertension. Since I was a kid, I'm born with the heart defect. Which is what I'm trying to get resolved, and that is a whole nother story and adventure in and of itself. But yeah, man. So I had this thing put in, measure it, and stuff like that. If you can see that,
it's got a wicked scar. Come on, whip him out, baby. Let's see the scar.
No, what I never understood was they put this thing in. It's called a looper, but it's like a pacemaker. And I've already been told several times I'm going to need a pacemaker.
Do you make beats?
Just put that in. Don't put the looper in. Yeah, it's not that kind of looper. Just put a stupid pacemaker in and be done with it. I don't understand. It's so like, oh my God, why?
That's
who knows?
I'm going to tell you why. You know why? Because they never seen a heart that big, baby.
There you go, man. What a great thing. Absolutely. Irishman, you are just the best. What a great positive thing, man.
I mean, he's the great. I can't believe that he's a dog catcher and I freaking know him.
I had him going on that way for a minute. I was like, I'm just gonna run with it. And you're like, you asshole. I said,
I'm like, how the freak does a guy that spends 24 years in jail go and put animals in cages? I'm like, that's fucked up.
I like animals in cages.
But if that's how he's got to make a living, hey, more power to him. I'm like, he relocated and everything. Because I thought you were in Jersey, so I'm like, holy shit, he moved to Michigan. How the fuck do you get a job as a dog catcher? I'm saying, I didn't know it existed anymore. Oh yeah, you had me going totally, man.
This is awesome. I was like, oh, you asshole.
You know, and on that note, right? So when you get out of the joint, it is exceptionally hard to get a job like in a traditional job. Like I can't work at freaking McDonald's.
Really?
I can't pass their background check. No shit.
You had to go in there really act like a complete psycho and go in and ask.
Even though you were exonerated. Even though you were exonerated?
No, I took the deal. That's the thing, is I took the deal to get the fuck out of there. Because I knew
all right.
Once I was done with that, then I could go back later on and get everything sorted.
Gotcha. All right. Gotcha.
Steve Crane dropped by yesterday and watched the show, and that's my investigator. And man, let me tell you, man, that guy, like, when I walked out the door, he was there.
I really would like to have him on the show because it's such a story, and I think it's really interesting what he does. And as I've said to you before,
he has some stories, man.
I'll tell you what, you're the main story in the fact that you're not all fucked up in the head. I mean, any more than any of the rest of us on the cast are. Just by being here, you have some kind of cognitive deficit, but that's all right. We have a big tent. We love our cast, and hell, man, your story, it deserves to be told because this happens too much, and you put a face on it right here on the show. I mean,
I enjoy being obviously on this show, and I enjoy having a conversation about this because I'm going to promise you, man, some of the best people you can ever meet are sitting in right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make whatever they did in the past, it doesn't make that right. It doesn't exonerate a crime. You got to pay your dues, man, when you do something wrong.
Absolutely.
But, you know, what we have to do is once that dues is paid, you got to let it go.
Well, I find you a remarkable source of inspiration because when whenever I start getting pissed off and I think, oh man, I got to take the car in, like the wheels on my Jag, it's going to cost $1,000, and it's like, what? Talk about a bullshit problem, man. That's just like you got it too good. No matter what you're doing, if you're up, you're healthy, you got kids and family you love, man, you got the world by the ass. And if you have a place to sleep and you're doing better than 9/10 of the people out in, we'll just call it places that we don't want to go in general, and you don't complain. I mean, we talk during the week sometimes, and what do? We just sit and talk about bullshit, about making jokes and having fun like we do on the show. You never have called me and said, oh man, my day just sucked.
Oh, well, stop for a second. All I heard was, I started to hear you say, geez, you know what, man? My dick just sucked. That's what I heard.
Oh my God.
How do you do that?
I don't know. That's what I heard. Sorry. Didn't mean to interject and interrupt, but I had to say something.
Since you got out, have you seen the movie? I know it was Kirk Douglas and the other great actor, I can't remember his name, about the old guys that spent all the time in prison, and then when they got everything was new, like the technology.
Oh man, I haven't. But
I haven't. I'd love to see it though.
It was Kirk Douglas and oh man, who played the Birdman from Alcatraz in prison? Oh
shit.
You know, the great actor, big guy. But anyway, those two. It's a movie. I'm trying to. I'll look it up. I'll send you the info. But anyway, these guys.
I lived that movie.
Yeah, they spend all this time in prison, and now when they get out, they go to the gym, and the girls are wearing like the '80s spandex and everything, and everything is new to them. The whole world has changed.
Well, I mean, when I got out, right? Okay, so this thing here talks to me. Now, when I got out, this had a cord attached to it.
That's it, Burt Lancaster.
Yeah, you'd hit the numbers and stuff like that. And like every day now, even still, I've been out 1.5 years. Every single day, like when I got out, man, I couldn't figure out how to pump the fucking gas anymore. I couldn't figure out too much of anything. But I kind of looked at it like every day is like a holiday.
For sure.
And if I took that approach to it, I wouldn't get frustrated because now they didn't have internet when I got locked up.
How was your first trip to the grocery store? I'm curious. I know you told me that.
They had to drag me out of there. I couldn't stop.
How much did you buy? Did you like go in there and load up? Did you go crazy?
Oh, well, I had everybody was with me and I'm just loading carts and I'm just like, I want this. I need that. Let me eat that now. It was
what was your first meal when you got out? What was the first meal you had?
I had me a big old fat juicy steak with some mushrooms and onions.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Oh man. Everybody out there, when you think you're like doing bad, you have to buy I grew up on TV dinners at points when we were broke, and my mom's an excellent cook, but we didn't eat a lot of TV dinners, but we had to sometimes. And if anybody out there is complaining about what their life's about, look, if you go to jail, you can count on eating a can of cat food that I would never feed to one of my cats. You can plan on all these exotic things. It's just a canned meat of some kind. And tell me, was there anything that after all of the years being in that you looked forward to eat?
Well, I mean, really, now what I do is anytime I go anywhere, even if it's McDonald's, right, I get something new every time.
Good for you.
Just to try it, say, okay, we did Thai food, and then I did shawarma. That was great. Then you go back to steak and potatoes. I mean, you get all these things, but I tell you, man, it is. It's an amazing experience if you let it be.
Well, when you get here to New York.
When you were in the joint, though, like Neil was saying, like in high school, we look forward to pizza days. Did you have days in prison where you were looking forward to a certain meal, or it just all sucked?
I think at the beginning 4 or 5 years, you get that initial, okay, we're going to have a burger today. But after a while, you're just like, no, I'd rather just sit in there eating pickle with a piece of cheese and get something down. Yeah. I literally think I ate probably 2 tons of peanuts because that's what I ate.
Well, all I can say, guys, if you're bumming out about your situation, imagine the rage you probably have inside. Hell, I rage about all kinds of crap. And you know what? It's Friday, everybody. So I want to rage about the weekend. Everybody watching, thank you very much. Next week, we're going to have shows all week. We got Sam Rourke live and all of our guests in New York. Hey. We will be meeting you at Times Square Saturday. So if you're into joining us, private message me. I'll tell you the where, the when, the who, the why, the how. And all I can say is bring bail money. Thank you for watching Live with Neve. We'll see you next week.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye, guys.